You are listening to The Plot with a Twist, where we discuss all things books and booze. We are your bookish hosts, Allorah and
Roe.
If you like what you hear, please like, share, subscribe, and give us a quick review on your podcast app. It helps us become more visible to other bibliomaniacs. We publish bookish episodes each week on Wednesdays, so be sure to stay tuned for discussions and attitudes that are lit.
Our books are full of tropes. Some tropes we love, others we cannot stand to read. Some tropes go well with certain books and others not so much. The month of October is all about the spooky, the creepy, and the scary reads. Those stories that can have you clutching the blankets tight at night. What makes these books so appealing to readers is not only the stories themselves, but the tropes that go along with them. Today we talk about the best tropes for our spooky, scary, and horror reads. What we enjoy best and what we think should be cut from the body and buried in lie. Grab your favourite spooky season drink and listen as we discuss the best tropes for those books that go bump in the night.
We're back.
We're back.
Yeah. Another spooky
Yay.
episode for spooky season.
And yes, we love our spooky books here.
We do.
Yeah, we do. We love
We
our
do.
spooky books.
We do. There's definitely some that I've read that have that really spooky element that I wish I had read like during Halloween,
Yeah.
but I read them at a different time and I was like, oh my God, this would be so good at Halloween.
Yeah, isn't it funny when you find those books and you're like, damn it.
Gosh, damn it. Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I had why couldn't this have been in October or last month or next month or whatever? Like I've had a few of those recently where I'm like, that'd been really good in October.
For sure.
Although my spooky TBR is like out the fucking door at the moment. So
Well, yeah, because you just like stack that bitch like it's a library. I don't know what you were thinking.
I did, and and I've gone off the rails. Like
Well and truly.
proper off the rails. So my TBR is out the window. And I'm now on to EP Barley's Her Vicious Beast series. I was like, yep, everything else is gone.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so today we're talking all about tropes. So I'll start us off.
Yeah.
So how do tropes help develop a book, for starters?
I feel like they're part of the baseline. Like if you're talking about what you want to do in a book, what you want to write, whether it be spooky, whether it be contemporary, kind of like, okay, what do I want my characters to experience? And those tropes are part of that. So, do you want a morally grey character? Do you want a hero? Do you want enemies to lovers or work rivals? Or they help develop your plot throughout the story. Sometimes they help move them along. Sometimes they're a hindrance. But if you can nail them, then they can set apart your book quite easily.
Yeah, for sure. I think they give context to a book, but they also give depth and move a story along. But it has to, like, my biggest thing with tropes is make it make sense. You can't just use it as a plot device, right? It has to be integral to the story itself.
To the story.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it has to be part of that baseline. It has to be. So if you're doing a mafia romance, that's great. But it has to be part of that baseline. So it's a mafia romance with rival families or enemy families, or so that they can become enemies to lovers. It can't be their mafia family and then, oh, we've got a pregnancy out of nowhere. And you're like, hang on a minute, that wasn't where we went with that.
No.
You had enemies to lovers and now she's pregnant.
Yeah. Pregnancy.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get to that.
Well,
Pregnancy
we'll get to that.
Never good. I hate it.
Never. I've never read one that's, well, actually, that's a lie. I read one.
Well, you read one.
It was one. But in saying that, though, it was because it was part of the book. Like you could see it. That's where it was leading. It wasn't thrown in the middle, thrown in the end. It was none of that, I don't know why I don't feel well. What do you mean you don't know why you don't feel well? Yes, you do. You've been having a lot of sex. You know exactly why you don't feel well.
Yeah, honey, you have a vagina and I'm pretty sure you inserted something into it. So let's
Yeah,
do the math.
repeatedly. It's kind of what happens. But this, but this one, it was he needed an heir. He
Mm,
had to have an heir. So therefore, it was already a baseline of that plot. So I was
right.
like, okay, that works.
Gotcha.
What is it about tropes that we love?
Okay, so this is kind of a longer answer, but I think it's like archetypes and characters, right? So we love it when we see an FMC go from feeble and helpless to complete badass over the course of a book. Not in 2 chapters. She's not a badass in the beginning, okay? We're not doing that because that sucks. But the slow development of a character, right? Into this badass archetype. We love seeing that. And when we get a
What do you
trope,
mean? Are you saying that the two battles, like the two battle experiences that she has, doesn't make her an expert? What the fuck? Of course it does.
no, we're not doing that. And I am not naming the book, but I don't need to be told 5,000 times that somebody is the baddest assassin on the planet with no context. Like, that's just okay. I'm going to stop now. I'm going to get off my soapbox and we're not going there.
Yeah. Remind me once we've finished and I'll tell you about a TikTok I saw because otherwise we'll end up on a tangent, but remind me.
Okay. But okay, so in saying that, when we get a trope in a book that we love, we're really curious to see the uniqueness that an author can bring to the trope that's been told in thousands of stories. So, like, for example, forced proximity. It's done a lot, but when I see it, I'm like, okay, let's make this fit the direction and context of the story that's completely different than we got snowed in or we're traveling and the inn only has one room.
One bed.
No, come on, man. Let's be a little more creative. What else can make you in forced proximity that's not overdone and overdone?
Yeah, and I think that that is, for me, it's kind of the same thing. It's also the one-liners that give you the, when you're talking about like an enemies to lovers and, you know, you get those one-liners where he's, you know, being a douchebag to her and she just comes back with this massive one-liner and you're like, oh,
Oh, yeah.
yes. Because, you know, the enemy's like, no, fuck off. Absolutely not.
Mm,
It's the situations that help push the plot line along. We love them because we get so much character development through them.
mm,
And especially when we love those characters, it's those, yeah, it's those situations. And I think we also look for, and this is what we really love about those tropes, right? Is we also look for when, as you said, how can you do it different? If
mm.
you get a one bed or a forced proximity and they've done it completely different to everything else, you're like, oh,
Right.
this is good.
I think
And
it's
then
a.
if they've,
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, and then if there's the banter, the one-liners that come along with it, you're just like, yeah, that's my trope.
Yeah, and I think it's the same too with like when you read fantasy and there's a magic system and world building. Like if it's a really unique, you're like, holy shit,
Holy
you
shit.
gotta read this. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like when we read
exactly.
Soul Match, like that
Yes.
was so unique that you couldn't help but get sucked into that.
It's sucked into the story.
Yes.
And it had a whole heap of tropes.
Mm,
A lot of them, but they worked perfectly for that story.
yeah, for sure. Okay, do you think tropes being in Halloween reads changes the way we view a particular trope?
I think it can. Yeah, I think
So do I.
Yeah, I think it can. So I feel like stories are woven by the authors, but they also have a structure to them. And if you're not enjoying the book and it's got a trope that you absolutely love, it can completely change the way you look at that trope, look at that story. But at the same time, you could get a trope that you're like, it's okay. I don't mind it. And if it's done well with the Halloween aspect or the spooky aspect in there with it, you can be like, hey, that was actually pretty good. Didn't mind that.
Mm.
So for me, I think it absolutely can. It depends on the writer, the story, what trope is being used, and why and when.
Mm.
I think it definitely can change.
So I agree. Like it's a yes for me. but I have a little bit of a different take. So I feel like during holiday seasons, especially spooky season, the tropes can be more intense and should be more intense. So like they have to be leveled up. Again, I'm going to use forced proximity, for example. If I'm seeing that in a Halloween read, the forced proximity should be, for example, everyone's trapped in a house or a town and there is no escaping what's coming. And what's coming is devastating and real bad.
You should write that.
But I'm just giving an example, right? Of like how you can magnify a widely used trope for the purposes of a seasonal read. Yeah. So that's what I think.
I agree with that as well. So when we talk about Halloween tropes, let's go through the genres and see what trope we think suits best.
Okay. We'll go like...
Strap in, because this is a long one.
Oh, we'll go category for category. This one.
Category for category, yeah.
Okay, so we'll start
I won't repeat the ones that you've got.
Yeah, cool. All right. So we'll start off with dark romance. You go first.
So I actually have, this is one that I've only recently become acquainted with, but it's instead of the meet cute, it's the meet cringe.
Okay.
Yes. So in dark romance, you know how when you get the meet cute, you're like, oh, that's so cute. But then you also get the meet. Yeah. And then, but in dark romance, I was like, hey, yes, there are so many meet cringes where they meet and you're like, no, that wasn't good.
This bitch or this guy.
Yeah. Or this prick. Yeah. Obviously, enemies to lovers in a dark romance. It's almost a must. I have obsession to love because obsession and love are two different things. And I feel like when you say things like, you know, enemies to lovers or anything like that, when you're talking about dark romance, obsession, because usually there's obsession first.
Yeah, well, I had obsession possession.
Yes. One bed and forced proximity.
Had that, yep.
Yeah. I have fake and arranged marriage for dark romance. There's a lot of that.
Yeah, there is a lot of it. I just didn't put it on my list.
Well, I like, so when we're talking about because it's spooky season, right? And I tend to go down the backcrack crazy route. The fake or arranged marriage in a spooky season read, if it's a dark romance, I'm talking like she's literally basically, probably should have put captive.
Yeah.
Because she's basically just like, no choice. You're doing this and you're just a broodmare. Sorry, love.
Sorry, love.
Billionaire is always good in dark romance.
Yeah, but he'd have like, okay, for Halloween though, he'd have to be like some sinister billionaire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not talking, like you can have a billionaire who's a recluse. No one wants to go near him. And he's like, everyone in the whole entire town's like, yeah, he murdered his wife.
Yeah. Shit like that.
Yeah, shit like that. Morally grey and morally black, obviously.
I had that.
I had the anti-hero.
But that's like all dark romance. Like,
yeah, I know.
Like most dark romance is the anti-hero.
Yeah, but I like the ones in Halloween where he's like a serial killer, right? But he's killing baddies.
Yeah, that's a lot of dark romance.
Yeah, I know. But they can get pretty dark, those ones. Bully.
Yep.
But I'll make a distinction here. When I'm talking bully, I'm not talking hockey gods or anything like that. I am talking he makes that life a living fucking hell. It's borderline abusive. There's nothing wrong with me, I swear.
What does this say about us?
I was like, there's nothing wrong with me, I swear.
We're a little bit twisted. It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
Oh, this is fine.
Yeah. And I have kidnapped in there.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Are you finished?
Yeah.
Okay. So I had rituals. Because you see that quite a bit in spooky season dark romance, whether they're like rituals, or I also had secret societies and mafia, like the deep, dark, depraved secret. I also had DubCon and CNC in there.
Oh, yes. I think they're just a given. That's just like an automatic for me.
Well, yeah, but I feel like
I forget about those.
If a dark romance doesn't have like if it's a spooky season read and it's not like DubCon or CNC, like how spooky is it?
Is
really?
it really a spooky season dark romance read then?
Exactly. Like there needs to be some consent needs to be questionable.
Questionable consent.
There really isn't anything wrong with us. We just
no, we're fine. Totally fine. My therapist says that. I'm fine. So we've got Masked Man next.
Okay.
But so when we would just do dark romance, I know that there's Mafia, there's Masked Man, there's Biker, there's all these ones. I had it as a general, but for spooky season, who doesn't like a masked man?
Yeah, so I actually had biker under this category because if they have helmets on, like
that's my first one.
Yeah. We're on the same wavelength. Sex work, for sure. So like lights out. Like that I know that's set like winterish or late fall because it snows in the book.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, still works.
If that had been set closer to autumn, it could have totally worked. But anyways, sex work.
I can't believe you just said autumn then. I would have sworn being home, you would have slipped straight back into fall.
Fall, y'all. It's fall, y'all. There are shirts with that on it. But anyway. Also games / competitions. So like
yes,
you have an hour to run and I will catch you.
And I have hunted.
Yeah, exactly. Like the run thing.
Yeah.
But I didn't put run in this category necessarily because I have that for something else. But those are like my top 3. And I'd also say like any type of like masquerade that's going on or costume competition or costume ball, whatever, party, etc.
So I also had under this one the Secret Society as well, because a lot of them do the masks. I had in this one rich versus poor. So she's poor, he's rich. Opposites attract. Secret identity as well.
Ooh, that's good.
Yes. So he has a secret identity or she has a secret identity. I like those ones. They're the ones that are usually very volatile. Because, what happens when someone finds out their secret?
Is that what happens?
Yeah. You get popped up, but in a good way.
In the bully way.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next one is Stalker.
So for mine, I kind of went, it's pretty much all of the above, but I like a bit of a blackmail in a stalker. So, for example,
no, I know what you mean.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like he's like, don't do X, Y, Z, or
else.
There's going to be some repercussions. And I like the ones where you've got a bit of a bully aspect because she's, she might have not been so sweet and innocent all her life, or she might have been caught in a scandal or something like that. And then, he's like, here's the proof of what I will show everyone if you don't do as you're told. And I was like, ooh, hi.
Well, for this one, I had run, like the run trope. But
hunted,
also,
yep.
Yeah, the hunted trope, but also captive, DubCon, CNC, enemies to lovers. They all work for stalkers. Yeah. I mean, you could literally put anything under this category. I mean, it's another dark romance subcategory.
Yeah. So with the dark romance, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of subcategories in this one that we could just name every single trope that there is. So I think you kind of get a little bit more specific when we start heading into the ones that are below now. But those are the tropes for those first ones are kind of interchangeable, but there's still ones that I think work better than others. So yes, for stalker, the hunted, the blackmail, the captive, they all work fabulously because he's stalking.
Right, exactly.
All right, so now let's get into the spooky area. Paranormal.
Paranormal. All right. So the first thing I had on here is creatures. So we're talking your shifters, your werewolves, your spirits, your ghosts, your vampires. Like this
Yep.
is where they all live. So you can even throw in like monster in here.
Absolutely, you can.
Yeah. Also, most paranormal spooky season books that I have found have an element of mystery in them.
Yep.
So somebody's died, somebody needs to be found because they're, supposed to be the next leader of this supernatural race, or there's a
Chosen
demon
one.
and we got to find him. And yeah, right. Chosen one.
Yeah.
I also had, oops, did I do that? You see that a lot in paranormal reads.
You do.
Where like somebody doesn't know they're supernatural, or they're new, or they've been elevated to some position they don't understand. And then they do some shit and they're like, oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And they summon demons, or they,
Or they bring about some apocalypse, or they start some prophecy and they're like,
fuck my life. Yeah, exactly. For sure. What did you have?
So I had Shifter as well, and vampires and everything like that. I also had, because I've read a lot of Shifter and vampire and monster, I had latent Shifter. So that is where either he or she, can't shift and they're always bullied. And, in the end, it turns out that they're usually some kind of chosen one, which was the next one I have next to it.
Of course.
Oh, of course. Yeah, but you see those ones coming. See, this is what's happening with EP Barley. Mate, I can see the shit coming from a mile away, but the way and this is how a good trope works, right? The way it's written and delivered, I am still invested. I'm like proper invested. I smacked out the novella in under a day, and I'm just over halfway through the actual first full book in the series. And even though I can see it coming, right? And she's a chosen one. She is. Even though I can see it coming, I'm like, oh my God. It's done really well. I also have damsel in distress. So a lot of the times, especially in Shifter, she's always a damsel in distress. It works, right?
And there's also a lot of, like in Shifter books, there's also a lot of like the challenge. Like who's going to challenge to be the alpha?
Yes. Look at you. You're like, meanwhile, I'm like, give me that shit. I'll eat it up.
Yeah, but it's all like, you don't really find a whole lot of unique twists on that.
And herein lies why I think I am very much into EP Barley's Her Vicious Beast. It's because the way she's worked the system, the magic system, the shift is, they still shift. It's different though. Like, for fuck's sake, there's a shark shifter. Haven't had that one before.
Some water. I'm just saying. Like, can we put him in a bathtub?
Well, but here's the thing, right? So she's kind of said, like, with him, the way she's described him, he's a great white. The way she's described him, you get that very sense. And he's kind of a nutcase because he's not anywhere near the water. He's on land.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So he's crazy. I love it. But it's different. And the way she's worked the shifters into this whole community is completely different. So it works. With a lot of paranormal, you also get going on a quest. There's a quest. There's a prophecy, which is my next one. There's something that they've got to do to either save a world, bring about a new world, or whatever. Mates is another one. It worked in paranormal, buddy.
Yeah, I have a problem with fated mates.
Yeah, I do and I don't.
Thanks, Akatar.
Yeah, see, it's good.
I trust issues.
You're just shitting on SJM in this episode, aren't you?
Listen, Linda.
Linda.
I loved I loved book 2.
Don't lie.
I loved book 2, liked book 3, loved book 5.
Yeah.
So there are books in that series that I did love. But the fated mates thing, I was just like, like, okay, we know.
See, I think in ones like that, it's not. If you know from the start that there's fated mates in a book, I think it works. For me personally, I think it works better. Right? If you're talking about like in Akatar or like in many of the books where, she finds out that mates are a thing, then it's okay. It's not great. But if you know from the start, so as I said in this book, it's from the start. She knows she's got mates.
Okay,
she knows she's got 5 of them. Yeah. You know me.
That's a lot.
It's a slow burn. It's a real slow burn, though. I'm just saying that much. Yeah, I know, which is weird.
Stop. Is the Great White one of the
Yes. Yes.
I'd be slow burned too on that. I'd be like,
well, they don't necessarily have to do it in animal form. They don't necessarily have to do it in animal forms. However, my girl's special, right? Remember, she's a chosen one. Yeah. I piqued your interest though, haven't I? Right? Like you're a little bit
now I'm like, that's be working.
How's that gonna work? Yeah, see? But yes, I think so. At the start, you know that she's got mates. She knows that she's got mates. So I think it works better. The next one I have is rejected mates, which is usually him doing it to her.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they're good too. I love me a bit of hey, I don't like drama in my actual life, but I love me a bit of drama when I'm reading.
True.
Reluctant hero or heroine. That's always usually in paranormal.
That gets a little bit old though.
It does.
Because you're like she's like, no. Can you just man up, man? Like, this has got to get done. I'm gonna need you to stop whining and get with the program. Like, we got to go. Are you okay? Please don't
listen. I don't want to. No, because it's coffee and I'm in like a cream shirt, right? You kind of like, listen, Linda. Put your big girl panties on, pull your fucking socks up, and let's do this shit. You're not by yourself. Everyone's here to help you. Then that's usually the part where she goes, I've got to do this on my own.
I feel like that's B when she can't find her shoes.
That one would not be that one. That's my youngest. And that one would not be a reluctant heroine. That one would be like, I got this. Move out of my way, bitches. She could be the side character and my daughter would be like, listen, Linda, who made you boss? You're not I've got the main character energy. Fuck off.
She totally could, except when she loses her shoes and falls completely apart.
It falls apart.
Dude, their shoes.
She'll be staying at the inn and then she'll get up the next morning and be like, I can't find my shoes.
Oh my God.
Never mind the horde of zombies or some shit that's coming after her. She's like, nah, done. Take over the world. Can't find my shoes.
Okay. Do you have any more for paranormal? Sorry.
I had monsters and demons in there as well.
Yeah, we kind of said that. Okay. Spooky.
So I have the creepy and haunted houses.
That's what
I like those.
That was my first one.
Yeah. I had ghosts. Because I like reading about ghosts that get freaky with women.
Okay.
Shush you. Don't knock it till you've tried it. He's more of a demon, though. An incubus. Like a succubus. They're demons. I'm talking ghosty ghosts.
It's debatable.
Like
but
Patrick
anyway.
Swayze. In Ghost. Come on.
So
are you telling me if Patrick Swayze in Ghost didn't rock up, you'd be like, how you doing?
Oh, I totally would. But also,
exactly.
Are you saying that Patrick Swayze was an incubus? Because I don't think that's right.
No, because incubuses are more demons.
They have tentacles.
I mean, it could be. You don't know. R.I.P. Patrick.
Okay, moving on.
Witches and their covens. So witch covens.
Mhm.
I also had monsters for this one. I like the spooky with the other one that I love got is Inheritance with Strings.
Oh yeah, that's always good.
So like the spooky, creepy uncle passes away or aunt or whatever, and you either get this whole they're like their belongings and there's something wrong with all their belongings or the house or the land or whatever. And you have to, there's always like, you have to stay there or you have to wear this necklace. She's asked you to wear this. It's all those kind of things. So there's an inheritance with strings. You won't get the money
Mm.
unless you stay in the creepy house. That's all I had
Yeah.
for this one.
Okay, so for spooky, I had haunted manor, haunted house.
Mm-hmm.
Also, dark academia works really well with spooky.
How did I miss that?
I don't
Yep.
know, but dark academia. Also, ancient secrets and artifacts.
So I kind of left that off for spooky because we're doing Bewitched by Laura Thalassis, but because I don't want to give much away for you. Have you
Okay,
started it?
yeah, I've started it, but ancient secrets and artifacts, it's a given in spooky,
Well,
usually.
yes.
Because it's got to be creepy, right?
Is that all you had for that one?
Yeah, that's all I had for that one that you didn't already mention. So,
Cool. All right. So next one is horror, the horror genre. What do you got?
dude, okay, gory.
Yep.
Like, there's a lot more gore. Serial killers,
Yes, I had that one.
serial killers. I don't know, horror and thriller. Look, I don't read a lot of either of these, so I wouldn't be the best person to give genres here, just because I have nightmares, so I try to stay away from horror. Thriller is touch and go. Like some thrillers I can do, some are like, nah, no, Felicia, we ain't doing this.
No, Felicia. Well, so yes, I had serial killers, but for horror, because they usually goes hand in hand with like your spooky or your magic systems and
Yeah.
stuff like that at times. So I had serial killers, but I had Death by Karma.
Okay, Final Destination.
That was where I was like, oh yeah. I also have summoning, so I've read some books. Well, I
Like
read
The
them and then went,
Conjuring.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna put that down now. Sleep with the light on. A couple of times I was like, probably shouldn't have read that in bed.
Yeah.
I also have possession, as in like someone's possessed.
Yeah.
Monsters, but yeah, actually like your creepy proper, not the monsters you want to do it with. The ones that you're just like, fuck, save me.
Yeah. So
The
like
ones you run up the stairs from.
the giant arachnids.
What? Tiffany Robert, just saying. But either you wouldn't even not not on your fucking life. That is an actual. That's a horror story for me. I've read it, right? And I quite enjoyed the story. But if they made a movie out of that, I would just be like, fuck no. Where is the biggest can of fucking fly spray you've got? And let's get a flamethrower to that bitch.
Stat.
Let's hold that down. Set
Stat.
the motherfuckers on fire. Yeah, bad. So that would 100% put me in the corner. I have sacrifice and then virgin sacrifice because she's usually.
I think that kind of goes under like spooky as well, like with rituals.
Could, yeah.
Or no, wait. What did I say? Was it rituals within? Oh, dark romance. But yeah, there could be a sacrifice. Because actually, I read a dark romance where there was rituals. It was fall, and there was a sacrifice. So
Nailed all of them.
yeah, for sure.
I also have dark secrets and cults.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just had zombies because,
Because everybody
Zombies
loves
are-
a zombie apocalypse.
I mean, I like reading about the zombie apocalypses, but like zombies are just. Bleh. Yeah.
And last but not least, thriller.
So this one was a bit hard for me because we both don't read a lot of thriller, but I had hidden items They've
Mhm.
always got to kind of find either a person or a thing or something that is detrimental to the plot, to save the world, to save them, whatever, or to figure out what was really going on. So I also have quests in there because they always go on a lot of quests. And then the
Mhm.
next one I had was the and this is the one that always gets me, is the psychological mind games.
Oh yeah, for
If
sure.
you can write a good thriller with psychological mind games, you've got a winner.
Mind fuck anyone?
That's where I thought of it.
Yeah, because that was full of psychological terror.
It was.
I will also say, like, mysterious parentage happens a lot
Yeah.
in thriller where someone is related to this other group of people that's in the story, but they don't know they're related. And like, there's
Yeah.
this whole deep dive into finding out where they come from and like all that stuff that works really well.
Yeah.
Also, like the dead relative is huge in thrillers. Like somebody
That's
dies
true.
and they're like, oh shit, Uncle so and so. Well, he has all this creepy stuff. Why?
Yeah.
Oh my God, he was a murderer. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that kind of unraveling. I don't have a lot for thriller because, again, I don't read a lot of thriller. I've read a couple, they were good, but yeah, I don't. And a lot of
I
these,
think
well, I was going to say a lot of these tropes that we've already listed still work well in thriller. Enemies to
they do,
lovers,
yeah.
like, you know what I mean? So,
And I think with thriller, the thing with like your thriller reads is that your horror gives you the jump scares, right?
mm.
Where thriller is that slow build up of like anxiety
Oh, yeah.
until you get to the fuck.
And also, like with the psychological aspect of thrillers, I also think that, how do I put this? It's like the chase, right? So when you're talking about ramping up the anxiety, if it's done
Mm.
really well, you're like, oh my God, I've got to find out who the fuck is doing this. Like now, like I want
Yes.
to know. So you're flipping pages, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
For
The
sure.
last thriller I read like that was Gone Girl,
Mm. The
which I
last,
did.
oh, go ahead.
It was a page turner. Like I was,
Mm.
what the fuck is going on in this book?
The last one I read like that was funny because I set out to read The Housemaid by Frida McFadden.
Oh
I
yeah.
I read The Housemaid by somebody totally else because it was the same
Oh.
title. But it was really good. And I was
Oh.
like, "Oh my God, I want to know. I want to know." So I did that on audiobook and it was actually really good.
Oh,
But anyway.
nice.
Okay.
So, with all of that, do you have any favorites and what genre do you love to read them in?
Okay. So I love the run trope because usually it's always a different set of circumstances. It's like it can be used in competition, it can be used in stalker, it can be used in masked men, and that is where I like to read it. And bully, like I think it works really well in all of those genres. Do you want to go one for one?
Well, I like them all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like them all, but yeah, we can go one for one. So,
Okay.
my one is I love a good enemies to lovers, but it has to be enemies to lovers.
Right. And
Okay?
I had enemies to lovers too, and I said
Mm,
when it's in a Halloween book, this needs to be amped up to where someone is almost dying. And at the same time, someone is almost dying at the hands of the love interest. So, like, double
yes.
whammy. Like, it's
Yes.
like, oh my God, I'm going to die from this serial killer, but also this fucking dude. Like,
Yes. So that's exactly what I mean. It can't be because honestly, a lot of the time, I think people go call enemies to lovers more rivals to lovers. So they're like, oh, it's
yeah.
enemies to lovers. No, no, they're rivals. They can't. There's a dislike. It's a dislike to lovers.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? It's not hate to love. It's something. It's a dislike. I'm talking. Yes, they go purposely out of their way to destroy the other, not
Mm.
just oh, I really don't like him, or oh God, she's such a bitch. I'm talking proper sabotage to try and
Yeah.
destroy, whether it's physical, mental, financial. It has to be like we're talking complete annihilation.
Above and
Given the
beyond.
chance, I will. Yeah, I will kill you. Given the
Mm.
chance, I'll sleep with you as well. But hey, after that, I'm gonna stab you.
I also had possessive obsessive. Again, I love this because it's pretty universal to everything in these categories, but dark romance especially, and at Halloween,
Mm.
Lord, this can get intense. Like we're
Yes,
we're talking I'm gonna need restraining orders, police, etc. All those
I have kidnap. I quite like the kidnap
things.
in a dark romance, in a stalker. That's really, because when we're talking about things where we go morally grey, the last thing you want to be like have happen to you is be taken by someone. Is to be, even if they're like, you're here because I'm just obsessed with you, you're my everything. You're still like, yeah, no, dude. Thanks, but no thanks. Meanwhile, I'm like, oh, isn't that sweet?
That's so cute. Yeah.
He really loves her.
Trackers and all.
Trackers and all. Oh, that's what we didn't have. Like quite literally the trackers that on the phone or, if you're talking hockey gods
In the
in the
teeth,
actual body. Yeah.
under the skin, or
Yep.
tattoos while you're asleep.
We love all of those. It
Mm.
shows how much they care.
I also had games and competitions. So that works really well in Stalker Masked Men for sure. But it also works in like paranormal really well if we're talking about like
Mm.
pack alphas and horror to see who can stay alive at the hands of a serial killer's games.
Yeah.
Like I think it works really well in all of those.
I also have, when we're talking spooky, so when you talk like your shifter, your vampire, and all that kind of stuff, I also have Forbidden Love. I like those ones,
Mm,
where they're really not meant to be together. Families don't like it, or species don't like it. Like it's really not meant to be. And
yeah.
they're like, screw you.
Yeah. I'm going to do this
I love those
anyway.
ones. I'm going to do it anyway.
Mm. Did you have any more?
No, that was about it for me.
Okay. So, what tropes are a no in your Halloween books?
Friends, did you going to go one for one, or do you
Yep.
just want me to read all mine? Fun. Friends to lovers.
Yeah, that doesn't really work.
It doesn't work. Well, I've seen it though. It's meant to be spooky, scary. Yeah, and I was like, I'm not feeling the darkness vibes in this one.
Yeah, true. We can't have a golden retriever.
No golden retrievers.
Yeah, nah. I had pregnancy. So that shit don't work 90% of the time. But if we're talking about Halloween books, unless you are writing Rosemary's fucking Baby, like
So I have
no.
this is how I've written it. Pregnancy and all other pregnancy tropes.
And I generally hate creepy kids in adult books.
Unless you're doing
yeah, let's leave the kids out of it, shall we?
well, if you're doing a horror though, like you could do like a Damien,
Well, like
like
if
the
it's The
Omen.
Shining or something, like,
Yes.
but
That's kids, but I'm talking pregnancy. You got the Omen. She's pregnant with the devil's spawn.
yeah,
I kind of get that, but that's pregnancy from the start. The start, and it's because the child is coming to kill everybody. If you're talking like pregnancy, where she's like, oh, it's a dark romance, and then she's pregnant all of a sudden, or it's a second chance because there's pregnancy. She was pregnant and they broke up. No, fuck no, go
no,
away. We
no,
don't even like them normally, let alone
in a
like in
Halloween
a
book, yeah.
in a Halloween read. Go away.
Mm. So what else did you have?
I have Grumpy Sunshine. I don't want her a sunshine. No, I don't want no sunshines. I don't want him a sunshine and her grumpy. I don't want him grumpy and her a sunshine. No sunshines. I don't want a sunshine in a Halloween read.
Can we have a grumpy and a rain cloud? That works.
Yes. or a grumpy and a fucking pissed off. Yes, that works.
Yeah.
But no sunshines. Sunshines and lollipops don't belong in Halloween reads.
Also, miscommunication. How you
That's never good anytime.
miscommunicate? Yeah, but in a Halloween read, how you gonna miscommunicate that there's a killer in the house? You know what I mean? Like, no, that don't work,
run
bro.
up the fucking stairs.
Hello.
That is 100%. I've got that down here because I'm like, that's a fucking trope, right?
Yeah.
Because how many times does the fucking blonde-headed bimbo run up the fucking stairs?
Every time, mate. Every time.
Bitch, where are you going from there? Where are you going?
Out the fucking window.
Out the window. Oh, so you can fall and hurt your leg and then you'll have to run off limping. Oh, fuck off. That one really gets me. When we're talking Halloween reads, that one. You can run up those fucking stairs. Oh. Anyway, I have first love. I don't want a first love.
I think the only story that's worked in is Casper.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But that's like, but they would have to be like a different being.
Yeah, I still don't like it.
But it works.
I mean, yeah, okay, hang on. I mean, if you're talking like pre-teen, teenager me and, Devon Sawyer saying to Christina Ricci, can I keep you? Then yes, okay. I mean, that's where all this stems from, right? My monster smut. My monster smut obsession comes from Casper. Devon Sawyer, can I keep you? Yes, you bloody well can. And you got better with age. Just
yeah, I was gonna say P.S. Have you seen a picture of that man?
Hello. Yes, you can keep me.
Please keep me. Oh, and while we're talking shows real quick, have you seen Netflix Monster, the story of Ed Gein with Charlie Hunnam?
No, but it's got Charlie in it, so I probably should watch it.
Girl, if Ed Gein actually looked like Charlie Hunnam, I'd volunteer to tribute. 100%. I'd be like, pick me.
You've just become a pick me girl, have you?
Yeah. Yeah. Make a lampshade out of whatever body part you wish. Like, I'll be there. I'm twisted. It's fine.
Oh, we both are. But our therapist says it's fine.
It's fine.
Fine. The breakup to save him or her.
That's so stupid anyway.
It is stupid anyway. But I don't want that I don't want that in like my dark romance Halloween read. I want him to like, no, you'll die before I give you up. Sorry.
Yeah. For sure. Because then you miss the obsessive possessive.
Yeah, that skips that part if he's just like, to save her life, I'll leave her. No. This is like a pact thing we've got going on. You're coming with me.
Yeah. Who's coming with me?
It's a 2-for-1 deal.
2 for. All right. No, I didn't have any more.
All right. So I have star-crossed lovers. Don't care. Go away. I don't care about it.
How do you put star-crossed lovers in a Halloween read, though?
That's what I mean.
That's just weird.
So I also have second chance. Fuck that off. Don't want that either.
You were a douche to start with. We ain't going back.
And that's my theory, right? You're an ex. An ex is an ex for a fucking reason. Why are you going back? Don't bother.
Keep it pushing.
If it didn't work the first time, don't be going fucking back. Oh, why are you repeating the past, mate?
Yeah, I
don't like it in general. Then I had baby. So I'm baby/nanny. So I don't want her to be a nanny. I don't want her to look after a baby. I don't want no babies. No babies. Thank you. No.
You reminded me of that show. There was a game show a long time ago and it was like, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Stop. Do you remember that?
No, that must have been an American thing. I have no idea.
That show was funny. Anyway.
But that is all I have because we've already mentioned pregnancy.
Okay. Well.
So this week, now we're now onto our cocktail. This week's cocktail matches our personalities, especially yours, I thought, and Halloween perfectly. It's called the Witch's Brew and is brought to you by delish.com. And here's what you need. Yeah. Did you look at the picture?
Yes.
How pretty does it look? I mean, the smoke isn't part of it, but you could do that when you make it.
Definitely.
So you need ice, 3 ounces of Empress 1908 Indigo Gin. It's very specific. 3 ounces of sparkling lemonade, half an ounce of blue curacao, or as Allorah said, when did you become a princess?
I'm always a princess, babe.
Curacao,
or
as Allorah would say,
Curacao,
whatever.
For the Americans.
It's curacao, but sure. And 1 fresh rosemary sprig. What you're going to do is you're going to fill a tall glass with ice, add the gin, then top off with the sparkling lemonade, and then very carefully and slowly pour the curacao into the glass, letting it settle on the bottom, and then garnish with the rosemary. It actually looks really nice.
That shit looks hella magical.
Yeah, doesn't it? It's like a little witch's brew.
It is a witch's brew. All right.
It is.
Huge thank you to all the bibliomaniacs out there listening. Please stop by our Instagram page, The Plot with a Twist, and check out our link tree in our bio, where you can find links to us across the internet, including all our social media, most recently our video episodes on YouTube and Spotify, website, and Facebook group. Give us a like or a follow so that you can stay up to date with episode releases. We appreciate your support from the bottom of our hearts. Every little bit counts. Tune in next week for another all-new bookish episode full of magic, mayhem, and maybe just a little bit of smut. Until then, keep reading.